up, guys, and welcome back to part 2 of my 60k day. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So part 1 of my 60k day is where I broke down GBP, JPY, right? A lot of you guys mainly like to trade GJ, so that's in part 1. If you guys haven't seen that, the link will be in the description below. And now part 2 is where I break down Euro GBP, which is the other trade. I kind of did part 1 for GJ because I didn't want to make it too long, have both videos. So for my GJ traders, it's in part 1. Now the other Euro GBP traders is now in this video part 2 because I know the videos like to get too long. I got so much love and so much positivity on video 1 that on this video I'm going to be selecting one lucky winner to have 4 different options. So you're either going to get a free monitor, a one-on-one class with me, lifetime access to my signals, or a 100k challenge, right? So all you have to do to enter this giveaway is just like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and then I'm going to be selecting one winner 1 week from now. I'm going to be trying to post a video every single week. So for those of you guys to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and then just enjoy the rest of the video. Let me know what you guys think about this 60k trade. I like to simplify my breakdowns the most that I can because I don't really like to overcomplicate it. You know, I was once a beginner trader, and I would literally hate when people just basically give you a bunch of just kind of confuse you with a bunch of random stuff, and then they would basically never get to the point. So that's why I get to the point as soon as after this intro. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for that giveaway. Let's get it. Very clean entry signals around this area. Obviously there's a little more things that I go into detail about my strategy, but you know, I kind of, it'll be a very lengthy explanation. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get to how I entered Euro GBP 2. For any more of that, I do it in the Learn and Earn. Might be coming out with a course later this 2022. Might make that a huge project that I'm kind of working on, but not sure yet. So basically here, Euro GBP was another trade that is very, very clean, right? So you notice how Euro GBP on the weekly time frame, we are bearish. This is a fact. Notice here on the weekly time frame, we're creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then beautiful lower high. What do we have after this lower high right here? We have a huge, beautiful weekly rejection doji candle, but this is just not happening anywhere. You look to your right, and then what do we have? Round psychological 8500 rejection from the weekly doji. So this is where I go down to the daily time frame, and then you notice here how the daily time frame is basically creating higher highs and higher lows. See how the weekly is creating bullish moves, but then we reject this daily EMA, we reject 8500, and I'm like, when we go down to the 4-hour time frame, it's just creating this beautiful, like, just look at, like, picture this right here. When you're seeing this right here, this just looks so clean and looks like a huge, like, it just, like if it has to almost fill all of this. So now this is kind of where I went on the 4-hour time frame on Euro GBP, and after identifying the potential, again, potential head and shoulders, is not a confirmed head and shoulders. Confirmed would be once it breaks the neckline, because this can very easily come into here, reject 8500 round psychological level, and it can just continue to the upside. So it's not a confirmed head and shoulders, it's a potential. But what I really did like is how it created a perfectly equal right shoulder, or potential right shoulder. So this is something that I really liked. And what I also really liked is that this right shoulder has now lined up with round psychological 8500. So these are very two great things that was calling my attention. Obviously, if you want to throw a fib, from point A to point B, it was right smacking right in the middle. So this is something like a little, I don't want to say like crazy, but it's pretty fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we have round psychological 85,500. We have a round psychological 500 level. And then what do we have? 50% fit. So we have like 50. So it's pretty crazy. This is like, it's like a super juicy area, right? And then this is where I look left, and then I notice how 8500 is very well respected level of support, very well respected level of resistance, support, a little bit choppy through here, but this is where I went now to the lower time frame, such as the 1 hour, and you can just see this clean double top. Like, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. I believe I had entered either off of the 30-minute or the 2-hour. Okay, yeah. So I had entered right here after this 2-hour evening star formation, and then when you go to the 1 hour, you have a beautiful 1 hour double top. Then when you get when I got the break of this double top right here, like when I got the confirmation that this candlestick has now closed after that double top, I'm like, bro, we're just out. I think I even added a position right here when it came back to not only retest the neckline of the double top, but also retest the EMA. And then that's just where we just literally, it just looks so beautiful to have the continuation to the downside. It came in. Oh wait, I did enter a little bit of drawdown, I believe so. But what I do remember is I woke up from a nap and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? So this is where I basically notified everybody, all right, cool, stops at break even. If you guys would want, because this is my original take profit. My original take profit was the neckline of the head and shoulders and was also round psychological 8,500. So this is where I'm like, all right, guys, this is a level where it can potentially have a very strong support area and where it can do basically what it's done. Like all I do is just look left. As you can see right here, it's literally rejected. So I'm like, if you guys want, lock in your 2.2 or 2.5%, call it a day. There's many things pushing this trade up from here, right? Literally, we have strong support. This is a very strong level of support. I'm sure that we look left, very strong level of support, very strong level of resistance. We continue to the left, very strong level of support, very strong level of resistance. So I'm like, all right, guys, you guys can pull out here, take your trade. We got positive risk to reward. We made money. Cool. Move on to the next trade. We have that. We have round psychological 8,500. So this is another thing that was gonna push this trade to the upside. But then what I kind of saw in this trade, I'm like, all right, so now that we've broken the EMA, now that we have confirmed broken the neckline of the head and shoulders, I'm kind of liking this trade because now we've confirmed broken all of these things. Can we have a little retracement from this area to then maybe here to then continue to the downside? Yes, but I don't have an issue with that. I can personally handle that myself. I've been through these type of trades many times. So what did we do? Literally exactly what I broke down, and it perfectly played out. What I was anticipating to add a position, but I ended up not wanting to add it because I didn't want to be greedy. I needed a pullback to come retest the broken 4-hour EMA and come and retest this strong level of resistance, support, level of resistance and support. So when it came into this area, I didn't want to force the trade or take it. Yes, the entry signal was there, right? Entry signal engulfing from EMA and all of that stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be greedy. I'm already in nice profit. I'm just gonna, if it hits my final take profit, it hits it. If it doesn't, let's move on. Because again, I'm telling you, I didn't come into this trade with the mindset I'm like, all right, bro, I want to make 6 figures off this. No, I just came in like, if it makes sense, it makes sense. And then another great factor is the holidays. We were in, entering like Christmas week or something like that. It was literally Christmas week. I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm really not trying to force a trade. I'm just going to set and forget, let it do its thing, and then just move on. So after literally this beautiful pullback confirmation rejecting from 8,500, it just plummeted, literally just plummeted. And then when this 4-hour candle was a full red candle, as you can see here, on the 1 hour, at one point it was full, but like, all right, cool, beautiful, got my take profit, closed. And then basically I set my take profit at this structure level right here. You notice how it is basically the next stopping point other than this area here. My final take profit was supposed to be here, but I personally didn't want to stretch it out. I was, super excited that I had hit my trade, and then I closed out the trade here, and that's it, moved on. After I, get back on the charts like an hour later, 2 later, and I noticed this huge 4-hour wick. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is what like greed and just not being satisfied with what I've made would have killed this trade probably 6 months ago to who I was as a trader. So now kind of seeing how I have developed and I have just accepted it and moved on, I've literally become so much better and I've stuck to my plan, which have made me a lot more returns, right? So after this huge pullback, you guys can kind of see here, we come and retrace a little bit. We were pretty much being choppy. We came back, we rejected 85,500 perfectly, literally so perfectly, but I didn't want to enter the trade. I had just moved on. I didn't want to be greedy. And then obviously the trade ended up hitting my final take profit of this very strong 4-hour support level. But this is kind of how I went about the trades. Notice how there's not that much breaking down. Obviously there's a lot more things that I go into detail and stuff, but this is just a very simple explanation and very realistic approach of how not only I go to the markets, but of how you guys can do it yourselves and make these type of trades. There's really no need to complicate it. Notice how everything I'm literally telling you guys is something that you guys probably already use, but it's just how do you guys approach the market. Notice how I'm just approaching with support and resistance, head and shoulders, market structure, entry signal, all of these basic things, but it's just how do you use that to your advantage when and then on what pairs at specific zones. So these are all things you have to take into consideration. I hope you guys found great value in this. If you guys want more detailed like exactly my entry signal, where I put my stops. So I mean, I place my stops right here. Notice how I do it above the double top. So notice how we entered here on the double top. I place my stops above. I place it a couple amount of pips above, because if you do it right at the double top, notice how we would have gotten wicked out. And bro, do you know how many times that shit has happened to me? Now, bro, I'm telling you, I would get pissed off. I'm like, bro, I'm right about the direction. Everything was right, but I was just greedy because I wanted a tight stop just to say, oh, I had a 10 pip stop. No, like, I don't care about that. What I care about is being right, being safe, and making the money and not losing the capital. So what I do is I give the trade a breathing room, and this is still a relatively tight stop for me. Notice how the stop on my GJ trade was a 50 pip stop. Obviously GJ is a little more volatile, but I'm like, I don't care. I want a nice stop so the trade can breathe. If it were to come back down to this area, all right, bet I'm wrong, because if I get stopped out, my whole idea is if this trade goes in and then it does something like this and it hits my stop loss is about like 17 pips. So yeah, if my stop loss gets hit, I bet then this is a confirmed not head and shoulders, and I was completely wrong, and boom, I move on to the next trade, and that's it. But I don't want to place a tight stop so I get greedy and then I'm just like, oh, it's no, right? I place a stop loss according to market structure. But if you guys want to see any more of those videos, make sure to drop a comment below. I hope you guys found great value in this. If the explanations were too long, or they were too broad or not in detail, let me know. If they were clean, please also let me know. It helps me, you know, it kind of motivates me to see that it helps you guys out, and that it really just generally teaches you guys how I go about the markets. And if you guys see it different, because I don't really see anybody else out there kind of trading how I am or having the approach that I do. I feel like people just complicate it and they, you know, bombard this with a bunch of lines, things. And I'm not gonna lie, this right here is a lot of lines on my charts. Like this right here is giving me anxiety. I just kind of did this for the explanation, but I usually have my charts maybe with 2-3 lines at a time max. So I just kind of did this to explain to you guys, to kind of show you everything in one video. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video and you guys liked it, make sure to drop a comment, and then I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.